Imagine this situation. You got up, you did some work, you take an action, and all the short videos that come before this one, and you now have your local newsletter set up, you have a template, you have a logo, you have social media set up, and you are ready to start publishing. Your welcome email is written. Now we need to do is start getting that content and putting it into a content calendar. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. If you want more help, we have a free community you can join. I'll show you where that is in a second. Now, a content calendar, you've got a few options with this one. The first one is Google Sheets, and that's a perfectly valid place to start. You know, open up Google Drive, create a folder with the name of your newsletter, then start a content calendar sheet and start putting things in there. You could use Excel as well if you've got that. Both are going to be free for you to use. However, a word of caution. At some point, you might get frustrated. If you're a Google Sheets or you're an Excel wizard, you probably won't. But for us mere mortals, you might get a little bit stressed out. So what we did is we built a tool called ResourceX. We didn't build this with the idea of, you know, making $1 billion and retiring. We built this to solve a problem that we were facing, and we needed a better solution than Google Sheets or Excel. So we built ResourceX. It is a content calendar tool for local newsletters, and it is awesome. Of course, I'm going to say that. But what it allows you to do is save your content calendar, which is where you want to keep everything that you need to keep track of. So ads, sponsorships, content you're putting in which section. But also it has a public facing calendar. So you can put things in and create a calendar for your newsletter that the public can see. Now, if you were doing that in Google, it'd be very, very difficult to do both at the same time, and Excel. And people would be able to edit things and it would get really, really confusing. But you can do both of those at the same time with ResourceX. So as I said, it's free. Just go in, set yourself up a free account and start creating content. And then you can use this as a tool to drive traffic to social media, drive traffic to your newsletter, but also use it in order to keep you organized. Now, I have some in-depth videos on this on the channel. If you want them, just put ResourceX down in the description or go into the YouTube channel and try and find them. But basically, how this works, you come in here, I've logged in, this is what it looks like. We're going to add a new resource. This could be anything at all. So you're going to be able to tag your resource with whatever it is that you are putting in here. So it could be a news article. So I've shown you how you can use AI to find the articles, but you might come across an article that you want to talk about in 2 weeks' time. It could be a live event. Maybe you get email details of a live event and you need to store that information somewhere. It could be an ad. Maybe there is a barber's that wants to work with you and you want to save the information. So we just give it a brief description and we give it a title. Okay. Once we've done that, and we just fill that out, then we select what kind of resource it is. Text, so we're just going to put some information about it. If we've got a link or a URL, so if it's a business, we might want to put that in. And then if we've got sent an image or we've got an image we want to include, we click on that one as well. So I'll just go for text to start with. If I want to, I can then categorize this. So if it is an ad, if it's a promotion, if it's a sponsorship. Now, here's the clever bit. I can make the resource private, so only I can see it. So as this is an ad, I don't want this to be public. I want to just use this on my personal calendar for my newsletter. I've only got the option of putting some information in here. So I might take something from an email somebody sent me with some information, might take something off a website, and I can put it all in there. And as you see, you can format it, put links in. Then one of my favorite boxes in this tool is the private notes, because it might be that I want to store the email address. Maybe I want to store, so I want to add in the price, okay, of the ad and what I'm negotiating. So I can store all this information and I don't have to keep going back to loads and loads of emails in order to try and keep all of that information, okay. So we just need to put something in the text box. I'll just put a dot there just because I'm showing you. Add resource, and then it will turn up on my calendar. And what will happen is I have this saved here, and you'll get multiple boxes, but then we can also go over to the calendar. Obviously we're not going to be able to see it because we didn't make it public, but anything you make public will turn up on the calendar. You just take this link here and you're going to be able to share that link. What I would do is I would turn it into a short link. If you don't know how to do that, just put short link into the comments and I'll make a video to show you, or I'll talk you through it, or I'll find a video already on YouTube. It's very, very easy to do. And then you can share this anywhere. You can share it every week in your newsletter. You can share it on social media. You can send it out to people, and people will be able to see exactly what's going on and go back and see all my resources. I can add more resources in. I can delete them. I can do anything I need to do all in one place. Okay. So content calendar, super important for keeping you organized. Definitely something you want to do. You don't have to go away and spend 5 hours now filling it out. Just get a template that you're happy with in Google Sheets or Excel, or just sign up to ResourceX and you're ready to go. So that's the content calendar done. In the next video, we'll talk about Google Drive and Notion. I'll see you in the next one.